All right, here we go. Hi everyone, welcome back to the painting room. I haven't done this in a little while. Glad to be back. Let's get some painting done, shall we? Ooh, I should turn on the chat. Let's turn that on. Forget the chat. Oh, what if anybody's watching and they're trying to talk to you? Then what? Cool. Okay. Alright, here we go. Need some minis. Needs to be cleaned. Sure, for another day. Let's see, it looks like I was working on things. Footman, how are you doing, gentlemen? Not bad. Like these, their shirts and their armor, their helmets, their skin is all good, and I need to come in and touch up boots and pole arms. Set 2, let's take a look at them. How are they doing? Looks like we're in a similar state. Alright, so it looks like I'm painting boots and poles. Quick look at the guys that I've done before. Get a sense of what stuff. Alright. Brown. Time to get some brown. Let's see. Maybe this one. What's this? English uniform. Give it a try. It's like. A little dark, I think. Especially for the poles that I've got. Yeah, that feels a little dark. Alright, I'm gonna go lighter. Try either green ochre or faded khaki. Let's get some of those onto the palette. See what that looks like. Give them a shake. Always give them a shake. Alright. Ochre. Not bad. A little. Needed to be shaped more. Pink. Thumb there. See, the faded khaki is a bit lighter in color. But I think that the color's gonna come down when I ink. So I'm kind of tempted to use that one. So let's give that a whirl. Alright, here we go. Oh boy. I'm undoubtedly going to get this all over where I don't want it, and then have to come and touch up all kinds of colors. Probably should have done this step much earlier in the process. Be nice and sloppy on their feet and get the paint all over the ground. Don't really care, because... But I'd rather not accidentally. Light a little closer. No, this is my light in my own camera there. Oops. Sorry, buddy. Just tip that over a little bit. Better, maybe? Yes, now I'm remembering too that these guys have a little, like a short sword or something out their belt or a knife. Yeah, there's definitely something there. So let me grab that too while I'm at it. Leather color is their boot. Scabbarded something. Something going on there. Alright. Back. I'll also grab the main flagpole of the unit while I'm here. Music tonight is brought to us by Game Chops. Trying once again to not get flagged by anyone for any copyright violation. Don't want any copyright music on here, but I like little tunes while I paint. Fills the empty time when I'm just quietly sitting here. It's a little weird to just be silent. Alright. Yeah. It's actually kind of amusing because I think I can kind of... Game Chops are these like lo-fi remixes of video game music. Definitely recognizing... What is this? Is this Super Mario maybe? That's what it sounds like. Definitely recognize this music. A little hard to tell here when I've painted the boot correctly versus the yellow pant leg, because that yellow pant leg and this boot color are very close, and it's nighttime here. Means the lighting is not amazing. As Bucky mentioned the last time we were painting together, it's always the step kind of the next morning, looking at it by the light of day and going, yikes, the sun has revealed my mistakes. But I don't know, mini painting is a very iterative process. This up, that up, back, again, do it again. There we go. Two down. Maybe? Yeah, here. Helmet. So a constant battle here of getting my light such that the mini is well lit, but I'm not ruining the view of my face. Look at that, right in the way of the overhead camera. That's not right. That ain't working. Hang on, look at this. Okay. Come here, light. Go where I want you to be. Good boy. Now this tightening. That's drifting now. Maybe. Yeah. All right. Well, folks. You're not here to see my pretty face. Oh no, it's still too low. Yeah. I feel like I should maybe have the light attached on the other side. That probably would have been clever. Yeah, next time. Alright. Back to the minis. Oh, a little bit of sleeve there that I missed last time. And the same color as halberd. Oh, here you go. Oh, and I just got that halberd. Damn it. Set quick before it dries. Well, halberd or is that sleeve? The halberd head. That is one of the problems of doing these in batches. Gotta remember all the what needs touched up. Alright. You got your halberd okay? Let's get your boots. Hey, William. How you doing? Talking to my little man as usual. Let's see, what time is it now? It's almost 5. Yeah, I'll be here for a little bit, I think. I got a few different things I want to work on. Eventually I'm going to have to think about dinner, but probably not for another good hour, at least, so I should be here for a little bit. I'll come swing on by later. Okay, now I'm lost. Whose boots am I doing? The guy in the front. Oh, and let's not forget to do his scabbard. Just in case you get in close hand to hand. Pole arm maybe gets a little unwieldy. If you gotta go in the dungeon, you want to deal with those minuses, pull out the shorts. This guy's got his foot like up on a rock. He's just like asking to have that boot. Hey, it's William. How you doing, buddy?
Alrighty. Looks like we're good. Am I coming through alright?
Yep, cool. You look good to me. Oh, that's good. I'll fix that one thing on my end. Alright, get rid of that. Nobody wants to see the little switcher. Okay. I think I keep holding my miniature under where my own video is. You know what? There's an easy fix to this. I'm going to move my own face to the other side of the screen. That's what I'm going to do. Bloop, 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 bloop. There we go. Nice. There we go. What are you working on tonight?
More of these Celtics. I'm sick of them part of this project, so.
Doing boots and halberd shafts and short sword scabbards and anything I can get away with painting the same color brown. Just commenting earlier, I don't know if you were on yet. One of the problems with painting these kind of little units of 5 minis each, and in batches, I'm currently working on kind of 2 of them side by side. I've got 10 figures, and sometimes as I'm painting, I notice, oh, I gotta come back and touch up this guy's sleeve or something like that. And like, it's just hard to remember all that because there's so many of them. Who needed their sleeve updated? Unit 1, center, middle row. I'm not going to remember that by the time I finish with this color.
That's kind of how it is with these, especially since I'm not even doing them like army style where they all have similar color schemes. Is once I get all the browns and the fleshes and everything, I was like, okay, I'm just going to focus on this one. And like,
right.
All right, he needs a little blue, he needs a little gray, he needs a little whatever, and till it's done.
Yeah, I feel like that happens anytime you're batch painting, guys, right? Like, you kind of, eventually at some point it comes, okay, just focus on this one. This one figure's got to get done, and then I can move on. Less efficient, but gotta happen eventually.
How is the weather out by you?
It is cold!
Yeah.
Very cold, which I'm kind of happy about, frankly, like at last, because, you know, around here, it's kind of like in the autumn, leaves fall, and if it doesn't get cold, then the rains come and it rots, and that is just like the worst possible thing for my allergies. Rotting leaves all over the ground. Always around this time, I'm like cheering for the frost to come. Come on, frost. How about you? Same kind of thing?
Yeah, we got snow on the ground the last 2 mornings.
Snow? So. Wow. Yeah. We haven't gotten snow yet. That sounds delightful.
Yeah, nothing major, just enough for it to be nice and picturesque, so.
Yeah. Oh, that's perfect. That's the good kind of snow.
Well, especially because, like, the previous weekend it was, like, 70, and here it was a little bit muggy and gross, so.
Yeah, Dan and I on last Sunday got pulled down, I think, a random tangent about precipitation types. I can't remember if it was actually related to the topic or not, but I was mentioning like a winter or two ago now, maybe it's 2 years ago now, I saw it for the first time. I encountered Grapple, which I think I was mispronouncing as grapple, but Grapple, which I've never seen before, which is like little perfect round pellets of snow. It's not quite hail, softer than that, but it is such a weird thing. It just like pours like sand down the rooftop.
Yeah, it's like Dippin' Dots.
Yeah. That is a good analogy for it.
Oh yeah, yesterday if my neighbors were looking at the window, they would have seen me feverishly winterizing the mower before the next batch of the snow came. Because I didn't do it the weekend before. Because like, well, you know, it's been weirdly warm. I might need to go one more time. I don't want to winterize it. And then Mother Nature's like, haha, fooled you.
Yeah, I know this person who does. So I do a lot of roller skating, and I know someone who hosts this kind of weekly outdoor skate in the evenings on Friday evenings, and she just posts about it to Instagram. Is like, hey, you know, we're gonna be out here. Come and skate if you want. And I swear for weeks I've been seeing, no, really, this is the last one of the season. I swear. And then, sure enough, the next weekend it's like, well, it's beautiful again, so we're gonna do it again. This is surely the last one this season.
Yeah, that was us with patio furniture and everything. I'm like, well, it's been so nice. And then, I'm like getting sleeted on while I'm dragging stuff into the shed for the year.
Oh, that's the worst. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you really want to get that stuff in, like, just as it's turning. Yeah. I used to build an ice rink in my backyard when I owned more land, and there's always this interesting timing of the first step of that is to set up. There's a little hair stuck on that guy. I need some tweezers to get that off. The first step of that is to build the wood structure, where that's kind of the boards around the edges, and you gotta hammer stakes into the ground to do that. So you want to do it when it's cold, but the ground hasn't actually frozen yet. Because it's nothing quite like trying to hammer, 12-inch metal spikes into the ground. The ground's already frozen. Okay, where did I see that hair? Gotcha. Got my tweezers. Where did I see it? Yeah, somewhere. Somebody had it on their halberd, I think. Is it gone?
No, you'll find it right after you,
When I put the tweezers away?
Clear coat on. Yeah.
Oh, clear cut, yeah. Well, that hair's there forever now. Alright, I totally can't see it, so I'm going to keep painting and maybe it'll reveal itself. At least have my tweezers handy.
Yeah, I remember you saying the weather for Carnage was very beautiful out that way.
Oh my gosh. Tanya went up with me, and she's a trail runner.
Mm-hmm.
And she had signed up to play games on Saturday, and it was so gorgeous. She was just like, nope, I'm just gonna go run up and down the mountain. It's like, you do you. I'm gonna go play games. I was excited. That was the first convention I've done since the pandemic, so I'm like glad to be back at it.
Yep.
It's really nice too for promoting Fearful Ends, because just people get to play it and then they get excited about it and they want to know like where can I get it? I'm like, I'm joining my mailing list so I can tell you about it.
Things will happen when they happen.
Yeah. Kind of have a rough outline at this point to make it happen by let's say first quarter of 23. That's what I'm targeting, right? Alright. Everybody good here? I feel like I definitely missed. I feel like I really should come back with the yellow. There's clearly some yellow spots missed. I'm just gonna do it. Fuck it.
Yep.
Otherwise I'm gonna forget. Much paint on my brush. Okay.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Oh, you can't hear the music, can you? Oh, I never got that working.
That's fine.
Very interesting playlist we've got going right now. Remastered, reworked video game music. So, like, the melodies are recognizable, but the style is radically different.
Yeah, I heard a little bit of it when I checked in, and I was just like, that sounds like, someone got a coin.
Yeah.
Or a puzzle box. So I guess good for me for recognizing it.
Yeah. Alright. Any other yellow that needs touching up? I got it going here. Yellow is such a finicky color. I always feel like anytime I've got it out, everything could use another coat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yellow is one of those colors I would probably splurge for actual hobby or model paints rather than craft. If I didn't have this giant thing of yellow still. But yeah, it's like, okay, this is coat 17 over white, and it still just kind of looks
It's also font red. Eventually we'll get the right bottle. Alright. Yeah, there was a time where I got very excited about Games Workshop was making their high pigment count. What do they call them? Like foundation colors. I really enjoyed those. Oh, I want some nice and thick and dark. And those paints weren't cheap.
Yeah.
And you really got a tiny, tiny bottle. Alright. Oh, right. Almost forgot. One other thing I need to paint the same color brown is the flagpole. Always fun to paint. After painting these tiny, tiny guys and their tiny, tiny details, like paint a thing on the model that is actually quite large.
Yeah, I just make do with the yellow because it's just not a color that comes up that often in D&D miniatures. So
yeah, surprising. I was just painting. I was replacing the ink cartridges in my printer. I was looking. I have like a box of extra cartridges. Nothing worse than having to replace the ink and finding you have none. And like there is a lot more yellow than any other color in that box. I'm like, I must not print a lot of yellow. The bastards don't sell just one color card. Gotta buy all three. Alright. I think this unit's looking pretty good. Pretty good. I'll look at them in the light of day and see what else I've forgotten to touch up, and then I'll paint the ground a base kind of green color, and then it'll be on to inking for them. Alright, before I move on to the second unit, I had a couple of other little things going here I wanted to show. Working on some other components of this game. Where is it? So the game, this is has these tiles for the cannon. There are 10 of these, I think. And cannon firing tiles. And so I've been working on making a smaller version of that. Printed out the icons on this paper at about 1.5 inches. Seemed like a good size. Got myself a circular 1.5 inch stamp. Or cutting tool, so I could make cutout perfect circles. And I got myself some 1.5 inch wood discs. Here's my first attempt at one of these. So I just cut out the paper. I hope the camera's picking this up. There you go. Glued them on. The funny thing is, the 1.5 inch hole punch versus the 1.5 inch wood disc, not the same 1.5 inch. So the paper is actually slightly larger, and I ended up just kind of like really getting a lot of glue on there and folding it down over the edge to just have it come over the edge of the disc. My plan then is to paint the edges black and then give the whole thing several coats of high gloss. It's glossy, but I like this thing's got some nice weight to it as compared to like the cardboard ones that came in the original game. It's actually quite thicker, but just about the right size to sit on top of a unit, which is what they're supposed to do.
Smush them. There you go.
Yeah.
I guess that's the one's a metric 1.5 inch and the other's a regular inch. Yeah.
So I got to make about 10 of those. And then the other thing I've been working on, is a tower. So, the original game comes with a stone tower. It's the one piece of, like, building terrain. So I scratch built myself tower.
Nice. What is that? Air dry clay?
Yep. It's this 2-part epoxy sculpt. Let's see. I've been using this stuff for a while. I'm going to use it for gap filling as well, but this is your epoxy sculpt modeling compound. Really enjoy that stuff. And I built myself a little initial skeleton of a structure out of foam core, glued on a couple bits of wood for the doors, and then just took my modeling compound and stuck little stones on it. And the funny thing is, that's tedious, right, to cover the whole thing in tiny little stones. I did one layer of stones all the way around the outside, the base of the tower, and then realized I hadn't added buttresses yet. And so I made the buttresses and added them, but now they were on top of the stone and didn't really look like they're coming out of the stonework like they do now. I was like, damn it, that just looks weird. So I started adding a little extra stones and ultimately ended up completely coating the second thing in a second layer of stonework. Yeah, like, ridiculous. But has the added advantage of now the stonework. On camera, there you go. The stonework was previously level with the doors, and now the doors are a little sunken in, which I kind of like. And the whole thing's just a little bulkier, which I think is nice. So, I'm convincing myself that it's more authentic, right? Like double layer of stones. Like, that's a good, solid... That's how they would have built it.
No, it looks good.
Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with it. So actually, it's on my list of things to do tonight is prime this sucker. So I might do that just because it's easy. Get out the primer. Let's go. I almost want a larger brush than any of the brushes I've got here on my tray for this thing.
I did something similar that you did with the cannons with those D&D board games, like the Castle Ravenloft one and Legend of Drizzt and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I stole all the miniatures out, and then I felt bad that I made the game basically unplayable. So yeah, I got one of those hole circle punches. Because my original plan is we have a fabrication lab at work. I'm like, do you guys just like cut out circles and have circles? But I couldn't get enough of the right size at any one time. So yeah, I got that hole punch, and then I used just like cardstock, like those like advertisement cards that come in the mail. Mm-hmm. I just punched out like 5 a pop, glued them together, and then glued the art on.
Just like sandwiched.
Yeah.
Sandwich that thing, yeah. Nice. Okay. Yeah. Let's pile the primer here. Water that down a little. My very high-tech method of dip my finger in the glass and let it drop onto this tray here. There we go. Alright, tower.
Then I was going to thank you for your advice on using sandpaper to take the top off the Trivial Pursuit board for that other project of mine that you suggested. That worked great.
Oh yeah, that worked well. Nice.
But similar to your tower, it took me a couple tries to figure out how I wanted to paint all the grids on there. Because I did not have the artistic energy to go through and just like hand design multiple square grids, so I ended up making a stamp.
I will admit, there's a couple towers in the trash. This was like tower number 3. Took me a while to get to one I liked. Yeah. Did you go through? You didn't go through multiple Trivial Pursuit boards, did you?
No, but I
Didn't ruin
I
any.
did go back down to base and like reprime and recode a few times
Yeah.
before I hit on the right combination of stamp and paint color and processed.
Nice.
And also just sort of lowered my expectations a little bit as I went.
Yeah.
You know, amazing, perfect, ideal I had in my head when I started.
That's yep.
But yeah, I have a nice, easily transportable little fold-out board I can just throw some terrain and miniatures on. Kind of like the old board that came with the black box set. So
Yeah. You know, it always reminds me of like the board that comes with HeroQuest. Yeah. Just gonna make my hands nice and make some black. This is, I think, this thing is large enough that I probably really ought to have dug out the spray paint primer rather than brush primer here. Probably would have been better and faster, but
then you have to go outside. So.
then I have to go outside. And it is cold out there. Yeah. I mean, it's honestly, I think my favorite thing about the brush-on primer is just that, like, I can do it the moment I think of it. Does not require any prep. No, nothing special. Just squirt some primer onto my palette. Off we go.
Yeah, usually get to about the midpoint of winter, and I'm like, okay, we're going to wait till we know we're not going to be in the house for a couple hours, and I will quickly spray what I have to in the corner of the basement.
Got a little primed corner of the basement now.
Well, I have a big cardboard box I saved just for this purpose, so
Yeah.
I'll set it up, so it's more just the fumes at that point. But
I remember a younger me when I first got into mini painting, probably in high school. Brought my paints with me to college, and so I'm in a dorm room. I'm like, well, I gotta prime some miniatures. How am I gonna prime them? And so I just took them out onto the sidewalk outside the dorm and threw down a square of cardboard and put my minis on it and spray painted it. So naturally now there's, I don't know how long, probably lasted forever, an outline of a little black splotch with a perfectly clean rectangle in the middle. Guess I needed a bigger piece of cardboard. Sure, not the worst bit of vandalism that school saw.
yeah, there's worse things on a college campus to have like outlined on the sidewalk. So
I've used this method before to do cobblestone streets, and I think I built a well once. This is probably the largest structure I've built out of the kind of just make little balls out of clay and pile them on top of each other. It works pretty well, though.
in the early days of the pandemic, I was making a lot of cobblestone streets out of foam core board. Because what else were you going to do with that?
When I moved, I remember I had a huge pile of foam core, or not foam core, of pink insulation foam scrap in my garage, and I was like, this is not valueless, but who wants this? Only wargamers want this. Where can I find wargamers to come to my house, take away scrap pink foam? I ended up throwing away quite a bit of it, unfortunately.
I have a similar box of basically like Greeble in my basement of like, well, somebody out there builds Warhammer terrain and needs things to be pipes, and
Yep.
This is a treasure trove of garbage for the right person.
Man's trash. Oh my gosh, I'm making such a mess of this all over my hands. Stonework I find very enjoyable to paint though, because it's so easy, right? You just get a few layers of black on there and then start dry brushing lighter shades of gray, and suddenly it's like freaking magic. Thing looks brilliant. Just a couple of passes.
That was me when I got the Dwarven Forge, because I'm like, no, I'll paint it myself. That way I can buy more bits.
Yeah.
Giant box comes like, okay, well, we're setting up an assembly line here. Just
did you do that? You have several people in a row of like, you get dark gray, you get medium gray, you get light gray. Pass it on.
Yeah, it came around Christmas time, so it was my wife and I just sitting there.
That's hilarious.
It's like she picked out which stones were going to get the weird, odd color, and then I went through and dry brushed, and it came together.
Yeah,
it was a fun Zen project for a night or two.
Yeah, that is a nice addition to pick out a couple and just be like, just got a couple extra colors here, just pick out a stone here and there, just to give it a little variation. All right, I'm gonna call that thing primed. All right, back to painting tiny men. Let's see. Now, of course, it's right in the middle of my paint. Use the paintbrush and go over there. Oh, okay. I have 2 bottles of paint on primer here sitting on my tray, and I'm pretty sure the purpose of them is, one is almost empty and ready to die, and the other one is there to assure that never happens. Man, just die, just finish, so I can open the new one. Oh, not gonna happen.
I had the same thing with like some super glue here. Of just like, I have the next one, but there's still enough to just squeeze out little tiny drops if I just squeeze hard enough.
Yep. Okay, gentlemen. Look. Oh no, your halberd is all bent. Fix that. This guy's halberd. Bend. Okay, successfully unbent a halberd without breaking it. That's. Whew. Tense.
I have many a miniature that has a halberd or bow or staff just turned into a walking stick over the years.
Is a stupid skill that I become expert at, holding the miniature and then using my pinky to screw and unscrew the paint cap. Ridiculous skill I have now. Alright. Painting halberd stabs and boots and other brown things. Do you watch Dan playing Pool of Radiance?
I appreciate it because I will never have the patience to go back that far and try to play a game with that kind of interface.
Yeah. I admit I am so glad to see him finish the stupid pyramid. I hate that level. It's so funny to hear him talk to about, like, oh, I kind of enjoy this. I'm like, oh, God bless you. I'm glad you kind of enjoy it. That level drove me nuts. That is... My brain is not wired for that kind of fun.
Yeah, I feel like a young me really would have just like hit the wall there and just have not or not have realized like something was going on.
Yeah. So when I played that game originally, I think I did at some point buy the cheat book.
Yeah.
And oh, I totally missed your leg. What happened? How did your leg not get painted? Good boy. Yeah, and that is a level I do not feel bad about going to the cheat book for, because it's just teleporters everywhere, and you don't get an overhead map, and good luck figure it out. Like, no, just get me through this piece of the game so I can go back to the fun part.
Yeah, if there was an actual dungeon master, he would have taken pity on you by that point, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the last time I ran like a pre-made dungeon that had a maze part, I think I just said, yeah, you're all just gonna do like intelligence checks just to see how many rounds you waste in here. We are not actually playing through you physically trying to find your way through a maze.
Yeah. I seem to recall my friend BJ used to like to run B1. Who's I'm not going to remember the title of that adventure. But it has got some crazy twisted pathways in it. He was using that as his like introduce people to the hobby game, which is what it was meant to be. So, kudos. But I remember him eventually like simplifying the map. It's like, nope, nobody likes this. Nobody likes this part.
I think we all fall into that trap at one point of like, oh, it's cool. I'll just use an actual maze as my dungeon map. Yeah.
Nothing quite irritates your players like telling them, and then at the end of this corridor, it turns 45 degrees. Or dude with the graph paper is just like, no! I don't want to deal with that.
Or worse, I started at the edge of the page. I need another piece of paper. I didn't know the dungeon was going to turn left.
I remember at one point I had a player who discovered, I can't remember what company made these pads of graph paper that were double sized. They were, 17 by 11 or whatever it is. Right? Yeah, 17 by 11. And he adored them because he would start mapping in the middle. He'd be like, whatever it is, I'm going to start in the middle. There's plenty of room in every direction. Come back and painted missing leg. Yeah. Been slowly introducing my partner Tanya to more gaming. She was on my birthday. She was on the stream played Fiasco, which is one of her favorites. And she came. We went to a Halloween party where we played This House is Haunted. Definitely enjoyed that. She came up to Carnage, as I mentioned, although that part of it running up and down the mountain. And she told me the other day that some coworkers were asking her about. Oh, she went and played a miniatures game. Actually, a miniatures game hosted by a friend of mine for Halloween. It does this zombie game where you get there's 16, 17 people at the table, each person playing one hero, and then he just floods the board with zombies and kind of this zombie survival horror game. Quite fun. So a coworker of hers was talking to her, I think yesterday, the day before, and was like, "Oh, how did that gaming thing you did recently go?" And she was like, which one?" And I chuckled and said, "You're one of us now. Welcome."
Yes, I play make-believe at an adult level.
Oh God. The paint wasn't coming, and then it was, okay, you get all the paint.
Yeah, all the paint.
And worse yet, it wasn't well mixed, so that's just all waste. All waste. There we go. There's a little drip. Useful. All just so I can paint the tiniest of tiny hands on this guy. A little too much halberd on his hand. Alright, I got the skin tone out. Who else needs it?
Yeah, it was a Halloween party a few years back, and the hosts were doing they were dressed up as Stranger Things characters. So they set up one room with Christmas lights and had a D&D board in it, and some other people came in and were like, we should start a game. Yeah, we should find a dungeon master. And that was like a weird moment in my life. I got to proudly be like, I'm a dungeon master. I'm a doctor. Yes, I can help.
That's great. I mean, that's the classic Spencer Crittenden story, right?
Yeah.
Just in the room at the right time. Is there a dungeon master in the room? I'm a dungeon master. Brilliant. Dude got a whole career out of it. just saw an article float by my feed about how there is a dearth of dungeon masters in New York City, apparently. This was coming from, I think, a company that does, or a group that does, professional dungeon mastering. And they're like, we just need to hire more people. We just can't find them. We need more professional dungeon masters.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah. I would worry it would take the joy out a little bit. I mean, hell, I worried about that just with streaming, which so far hasn't done, but just because
it's also just the philosophical thought of like, what do you owe the players as a dungeon master then? Like, does it get to the point of like, well, we're paying you this dungeon, we don't, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, maybe changes the power dynamic a little bit. That is interesting. Yeah. That is very interesting.
Future show topic, if you can find a professional dungeon master willing to come on and talk, I guess.
Yeah. We had one once.
And have to explain, I'm not that kind of professional dungeon master. I'm the other kind of professional.
The other kind. Yeah. Can I get back to halberds and shoes, please?
Back in my day, dungeon masters were paid with Mountain Dew and snacks. I don't know.
Who painted this guy's pants? He did a terrible job.
And I was able to go back to the craft store and find another tube of little plastic trees. So now I have like a nice full set.
Nice. That like the there was I remember as a vegetarian in the 90s and early 2000s, there was a season for buying marshmallows. Because most marshmallows are not vegetarian, but for a while you could get kosher marshmallows, which were vegetarian, right around Passover. So every Passover it was like, run out and stock up on marshmallows. That's what Passover came for me. Marshmallow buying season. Unfortunately, then eventually they figured out how to make marshmallows out of fish gelatin. But while that was my jam. So Christmas is Christmas. That's where I was going with that. Is it because it's Christmas? Now all those things are coming out. Yeah.
No, these are just the same people who make just like there's a tube of dinosaurs and a tube of farm animals and a tube of internal organs. They just I don't know how long they've had it, but the craft store by me finally just had 2 of little trees, and I'm like, that's good, because I hate making trees. They never look right. Just some nice, sturdy plastic trees I can throw in the bin and throw on the table without, like...
Oh, so they're completely solid, no flock or anything.
Yeah, no flock, no anything, so I'm not... They're not...
Flock...
Yeah.
I have a love-hate with flock. It looks great, and it stores terribly.
Yeah. There's this one YouTuber, the RP Archive, I think he's called. Yeah, he makes these wonderful outdoor scenery bits and tiles and everything, and he does like the full static flocking. But it's just like, that looks so good, but I would just not want to deal with the reality and the mess of it.
Yep. Oh, I hear that.
A big green piece of felt is good enough.
Okay. My giant blob of flesh tone has invaded my khaki color on my palette. Need a new blob.
Yeah, the marshmallow thing reminded me. My high school girlfriend ate kosher, and it was a fun thing trying to figure out. We were trying to make Rice Krispie treats, basically, but we had to use Fluffernutter because Fluffernutter didn't have any of the stuff in it, it was easier to get the kosher version. I don't remember the guy, but yeah, it doesn't come quite together when you make a Rice Krispie treat out of it.
No, I think the even the kosher marshmallows don't do great at that. I recall, like they were fine for like making a s'more by the fireside, but
yeah,
I don't think you wanted to make Rice Krispie treats out of them. Probably some other plant-based recipe out there that does a better job.
Yeah, there was one time we bought like a bake-at-home pizza at the store, which I don't know why we did. We lived in New Jersey. We could have walked down the street and gotten like good pizza.
Yeah.
But we got it to our house, and a bunch of us were over there, and then we discovered like, oh, this has something in it that we're not allowed to cook in their kitchen.
Oh
no. So we're just like, oh, what are we supposed to do with pizza? And then we just went outside and tossed it around like a frisbee till it like disintegrated. But it was just I learned a lot about food and what was in some things that I probably never would have thought twice about back then. So
yeah. Just that
I remember was they made the cheese with rennet, which I guess is goat stomach lining. So we couldn't.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
At a friend's giving party last weekend, and which is not exactly Thanksgiving. Traditional Thanksgiving food is not exactly vegetarian friendly, but it's fine. I brought some stuff, and it was having a good time. And then it came time for dessert, and I was like, sweet, there's a whole bunch of pies out there. And it turned out that the person who had made the pies had made their crust with lard.
Yep.
It's like, oh man. Those pies look so good.
Yeah, we make ours with lard, but there's currently not anybody with any dietary restrictions in our friend group. That person moved away. So, but yeah, we used to have to. Yeah, Thanksgiving's one of those ones that's like almost designed to like get you in a fight with your family if you're a vegetarian, because most of the food not vegetarian friendly, but you can just go ahead and, oh no, we put chicken broth in the mashed potatoes, and we put lard in the
Yeah.
pies. And
Yep.
there's surprisingly a lot of meat in the bread. It's all.
I was really surprised. I was not expecting lard and pie dough.
I remember the comedian actor Jason Mantzoukas. I don't know if you know his stuff.
I don't.
I'm trying to think what you would know him for. He does a lot. He does a lot of stuff, bit parts in like random sitcoms and stuff. But anyway, he has a basically life-threatening egg allergy,
Oof.
and he talks about like all the things he's had to do to avoid it. And he talks about being at a New Year's party, and someone's like, "Oh, these are just sugared nuts." Oh yeah, I can eat those sugar and nuts. And then someone's like, "Oh no, we used egg whites
Yeah.
to make the sugar stick to that." It's like, and he's like, "You have to take me to a hospital right now.
Ugh.
Here is my EpiPen. If I start to pass out, you need to stab me with this on the way to the hospital."
Oh man.
So yeah. But in my partner's line of work, we've learned to be very mindful of food allergies and dietary restrictions. It's like keeping separate kitchens and utensils and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
No joke. Yeah. I at least have the luxury of being like, well, it was a personal moral choice I made. Like, I'm not gonna die if you serve me something with meat in it. I'm just gonna be unhappy. Although actually at this point it's been 33 years since I've eaten meat, so I don't know. I don't know what I don't trust my stomach with it.
yeah, you might have a bad time anyway after that long of suddenly having to process animal protein or something. But
I'm sure I've ingested some things that I would not have chosen to ingest had I known it was there. Do what we can.
yep.
Definitely have some friends though who are like, just not on their radar. And I think of, I remember the movie My Big Fat Greek Wedding. There's a great little bit there where she's trying to explain to her family that her boyfriend's vegetarian, and their reaction is, "He doesn't eat meat? That's alright, I'll make lamb." Wait, what? Wait, what? Do you not know what meat is?
Yeah, we have a vegetarian friend who, gets very frustrated constantly having to explain the level.
Yeah. Yeah, my go-to explanation at this point is, if it would run away from you when you're trying to eat it, then I try not to eat that.
Yeah. But we had a friend who developed, a gluten allergy, and this was like 20 years ago, before like
Yeah, before
that was even on people's radars or anything.
Yeah, yeah. Oh God, I did a terrible job. Ugh. So much to come back. Okay.
So, did anything else interesting happen at Carnage? My partner and I were looking to go, and then, 7 hours in the car, and then accommodation costs, especially since we would have to like go extra days to like make the trip worth it. We ended up.
Yeah, you just gave up.
Yeah, we're just like there's other things we could do with those days than that money that we, rather,
Yep. Totally understand that. I mean, my highlights were all very personal, I think.
Wow.
I ran a game of Fearful Ends for players that included my layout artist and my one of the interior illustrators. And that was just super cool, especially since it was the first time any of the three of us had met face to face.
Cool.
So that was actually really fun.
So they got to see what this all was that they'd been working on all this time.
Yep. I got to run it for them, which was great. Get some good feedback. Like especially the my layout artist. He's been living with this text for a while, and has certainly read it all. And he's a gamer, but he'd never seen it played. So it was like really useful to ask him after the fact. I was like, so what did you learn by playing that isn't in the text?
Oh yeah, that's got to be really useful.
Yeah.
Alright, looks like my wife is home, so I'm gonna finish this up and call it for now.
Cool. Yeah, I am almost done with this unit, and I'll probably wrap up. No need for you to stick around on my account. Oh gosh, I haven't been looking at the chat. Hey, Rick, if you're still on, thank you so much for the compliment.
Where's that other chat bod when you need them? What
Yeah, I'm eager to get this thing done. I think once I get this project to completion, I'll have to actually stream us playing it.
Some sort of tangential Book of War type special, just All right.
All right. Good night, William. All right, you and me. But I'm gonna finish up this unit here. Pretty close to doing, and then I'll wrap up the thing. So. Yeah, I'm gonna give him a once over here. What is messed up? What is jacked up? Oh, you need some silver on your helmet. You need a little yellow on your elbow. Hang on, I got yellow out. That we can just do. There we go. Okay. Yeah, feel good about that? Yep. Yellow on E here. Ugh, ran out. Cool. What else? me, which looks really hard to reach. But I'm gonna try. Try and do it. Okay. Okay. Oh, grab my silver. Okay. My silver paint here. Just touch up any helmets or halberd heads that end up getting a little halberd color on them. Good. Let's check the other one. Lots of yellow here. How about it? Oh. Fuzzy. Tweezers used to be good. Now they're all bent up and kind of a mess. A little fuzzy stuff to this guy's halberd. I really like it. Come off. Alright, how are we looking, fellas? Alright, just to make us all happy, because I do have a few minutes, I'm gonna get out the green, and I'm gonna paint the bases on these guys, because it is just so gratifying to do. It looks like, you know, after having spent all this time on these two units, when you look at them, they still look mostly black. Right? Like, you know, it's as zoomed as my camera's gonna get. Okay, that's fine. So, we all know there's lots of color on these minis, but man, there's a sea of black on their feet. So, I'm gonna grab my green. Hope this is the right one. Let's say yes. Yeah, maybe. Do I put this one? Which green did I use? Remind me, unit of cavalry I posted or painted before. Is it the darker green or the lighter? I think it's the darker one. Okay. Alright. Water this down a bit so it's all the nice crevices of the texture that their base is made out of. The bases on these guys, it's just sand. Just little glue and sand on them. I think that's the right green. I'm using the same green I used on the other units. I'm going to be sad if it's... The trouble is always getting it in between their feet without just painting their feet totally green. I'm using much too big a brush for this, but it's nice and watery. Hopefully it flows in there. And then after they've been inked, come back and dry brush a few lighter spots of green, and maybe pick out some of the larger rocks with a different color. Totally off camera. Come on, Paul. Hold the miniature where people can see it. And I'm really focusing on getting the difficult to reach spots around their feet. And then once that's done, I'll come back and catch all the big areas that are just easy. Alright, one figure left here. Oh, yep, and I've just painted it with green. Darn it! We all knew that was gonna happen. Touch that up after the green has dried. All right, there we go. There is a nice looking base-coated unit of Bombardiers. A little more. Oh, wow. Glad that didn't go on my clothes, just on my hand. Okay. And here I'm just dabbing the paint in to try and let the oh, can't think of my science words right now. What is that when the liquid just kind of flows? The crevices. Let those fluid dynamics there help me out. Corners. Nice watery. Yeah, it won't give me the best coverage, but it'll give me a baseline, and then come back a second time probably. Less watered down green. But then I just won't worry about getting inside of your little nook and cranny. Alright, 2 down, 3 to go. Let's finish up the front line, shall we? Oh, I just got green all over his halberd head. Look at that. Wasn't paying attention. That's what happens. Getting the silver back out. what did I say? I was going to get the silver back out? Let's do that. Let's do that. My tub of silver go. Where'd you put it? Put it away? Yep, put it away. That's what it is. Can't be having a green halberd. This guy's halberd's a little corroded. Maybe somebody's not washing their halberd regularly. Keeping it well oiled. What's going on? Okay. Alright, time to pack up, wash my brushes. Feeling pretty good though. Got my tower here fully primed. More or less. I just missed that spot. I just need to have a primer. I missed a spot. Nope. Okay. Okay, great. Tower all primed and ready. Got 2 units here of footmen. Here's the completed one. Front. Went back. Let's see. I probably can't zoom much further than this, can I? Nope. That's about it. That's all we're gonna get. Oop. Into it. Anyway. There you go. So, once that's dry, do the last touch-up pass. I'll ink them. Maybe pick out some details, seal them up, put their flags on. They'll be ready to go. Then I guess I probably ought to complete my knights after that. And then 5 more units after that. Jeez. And then I get to start on the Chaos Army. Whew, I got a lot still to do here, friends. A lot still to do. But progress, slow but steady. Progress is happening. So, put my stuff away here. You know what I really ought to do? Now that I'm putting these things away, I keep having these moments where I wonder, what color did I use? Like, maybe I should write some stuff down. Huh? Maybe that would be wise. I can't even find where these browns go. Where? There they go there. Maybe I should write down what colors I'm using so I can be consistent across the different units. Yeah. Clever. Alright, everybody. Wash my brushes, put away the painting tray. That's what it's time for. Well, there we go. Another successful foray into painting. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you have a lovely evening. And let's see, what's this, Wednesday? So I'm expecting coming up this Sunday, I think we'll have Keith Amon on the talk show on Sunday at 1. You want to come check that out? It'd be good. He's got a new book coming out. We're going to talk to him about that. Yeah. That's what's going on here on Wandering DMs. Some other stuff in the works. Nothing ready to announce yet, but we're doing stuff. Doing it. Alright, everyone. I'm rambling. Good night.